How are you, Louie?
Hey, how you doing, Conan?
Good to see you.
Hey, Conan, how are you?
That's more like it.
Okay.
We need pep on this show. How are you? How was your Columbus Day? Was it fun?
Good. I went down to the village. They had a big festival. I like going to, things where there's a big outdoor area with lots of people. I just like stand. If you stand in a big crowd of people, you could just stand there and go, Jimmy! Billy! And nobody even looks at you, And I went, they had those games where you try to win the stuffed dog. You end up paying like $200 for like an $8. I won these two giant stuffed dogs, and I was by myself, So I'm walking around with these big... I felt stupid, except for when I was at the festival, I was like the hero of everybody around me, So I was going, Jesus, look at that guy. Those dogs are huge. He's the best. And I'm like, yes, look at my dog. And fear me. The clown with the balloon on his head was no match for me. But, but then when you get farther away from the festival, people start going, what's with the idiot with the giant dog? You lose your credibility.
You should have brought them on the show.
I would have.
I think the whole audience would have been impressed.
Well, I got in a big fight with the giant dogs. They have an attitude,
Yes. That can happen.
Louie, we've known, how long have we known each other? About 4 years now or something, since you first started working on the show. You're an ambitious guy and everything. You are. You're a very talented guy, an ambitious guy. I want to know, Louie, seriously, just talk to me. What are your goals? What do you want out of life? Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what my plan is. Okay, this is what I want. This is my dream. I want to change my name first, from Louie to Farty McCrablice. That's going to be my new name. All right. And then, once my name is Farty McCrablice, I'm going to go and cure like a really important disease. Because then everybody has to like say my name with joy, And Dan Rather will have to say, today, Farty McCrablice.
He may refuse to say it.
I don't know.
I don't think could be a more admirable goal than
that's
that,
it.
Louie.
That's all I want.
Have a little time to kill. Go up to somebody you don't know and just start a conversation.
Just any conversation?
Well, the fun way to do it, don't start the conversation in the beginning. Just start it in the middle. Try it. Just like walk up to a guy in a store and just go, yeah, well, how do you think I feel? Just knock on your neighbor's door when they open it, just go, so that's why he was being like that.
Well, wait, do you like talking to strangers? You enjoy that?
I do. It's weird in New York, though, because you never know who you're talking to, and you don't know what kind of person they are. Like, have you ever been talking to somebody, and it's a stranger, and it's just, you think you're having a conversation, and then you realize that you're talking to a guy who's just nuts? It's like, he's completely crazy, but you don't... I got on the subway once, and it took a long time the subway to come, and me and this guy got on. And he's got like a suit and tie and a briefcase, and he looked all right. We're sitting there, and he goes, wow, I thought the train would never come, And I was like, yeah. And he says, well, it's hot, it's brutal. And I was like, yeah, it's hot. And then he says, yeah, I didn't even shave today. And I didn't know what that meant. But I was like, yeah, it's hot. Yeah, I didn't shave. And then he says, you gonna tattle on me? And all of a sudden I realized, oh, you're crazy! You're nuts! Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was having a conversation with a guy. And he had a briefcase, like that means anything. It's probably filled with parts of his mother or something,
You need something to carry it in, well, I would think, especially for you, you're a writer, you're a comedian, you would want to feed off the craziness here in New York. You would like that.
Well, it makes it hard to be just civil that everybody's nuts, because like say you see somebody and you want to help them out on the street, you're afraid to help them because they'll think you're nuts. So you just go to hell with them, let them suffer. Because what happened to me, I was getting off on the subway. I was getting off the train.
You're on the subway a lot.
I am. I spent a lot of time in there. Where they closed the peep booths. I have nowhere else to go now. But I got off the train, and there was this old lady getting off in front of me, and she goes to the booth, the guy at the token booth, and she says, "Excuse me, how do I get to Canal Street?" I just happened to notice that she asked him, and and the guy in the booth's like,
What?
So she kind of goes, that's pretty much the response that she got. So she goes in that direction, towards there.
Right.
And the thing is, I was going to Canal Street, so I knew the way. So I'm walking behind her, and like a couple of minutes later, she starts going the wrong way.
Right.
So I tapped her on the shoulder and I said, "Excuse me, Canal Street's that way." And she was like, "Whoa!" Like I scared the hell out of her. Because how do you know why I know
Right.
where the hell she's going?
Right.
I'm just some guy who, hey, it's Canal Street, you know. So she's like clutching her purse and she's all weirded out. And I was like, no, I heard you ask the guy, please, just Canal Street's that way. You shouldn't go that way. And she's like, okay. So she starts going, and here's the thing. I have to go there too. But I can't like follow her now, you know, hey, let's go to Canal Street. You know, I can't like walk behind her.
Right.
So what I did, I just didn't go. I just changed my whole day. I should have just stabbed her. Yes! That's what you should have done. Get on with my errand. Oh, I had a dream last night. I had a, can I tell you about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I had like, it was a gay dream. And I didn't know I was having a gay dream. It was, okay, here's what it was. I was at a cafe with a friend of mine, and in Italy, we're like in an outdoor cafe, and we're having like espresso or something, and these two Italian boys come up like on scooters, you know, and they go, they say, "Come swimming with us. We're going swimming. Come on." And it's a dream, so we're like, yeah, what the hell? We'll go swim with these kids, you know, why not? So I get on the back of the kid's scooter, you know, we go into the mountains, and we get to this beautiful lake, and they take their clothes off and they start swimming, and they go, "Come into the water. Don't be afraid. It's beautiful. Come and swim with us." So me and my friend are taking our clothes off, and I asked him, "Is this gay to swim with Italian boys?" And then my friend goes, "No."
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, you know, you're right." So I'm making out with one of them. And it hits me, of course this is gay. Yeah. What the hell was I thinking about? This is completely gay.
Yeah, that's gay.
That's gay.
Well, now what kind of, do you have just showbiz friends, or do you have any friends outside showbiz, people you just hang out with?
I like to have a variety of friends, you know. People in showbiz are just one kind of person, but like I have this friend who tells stories a lot, and like have you ever had a friend who tells a story and it's really long and they don't know that you just don't care? Have you ever had a friend who's just a complete idiot? Have you ever had a friend when you just look at them and go, "What? I hate you. I hate you."
Yeah.
Well, my friend will tell me this, he's telling me this long story, and I tune out, because I don't care.
Right.
It's not interesting. I'm not listening.
Right.
And so he's telling a story about his mother, right? And then he stops, he changes to a new story about his cat. But I don't know, because I'm not listening to anything that he's saying. So I still think he's talking about his mother. And then I start tuning back in, because he sounds like he's going to stop. And he's saying stuff like, "Anyway, so she took a big crap on the floor this afternoon." And I don't want to seem like I'm listening. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, well, my mother craps all over the place." You're a good friend. Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
I was gonna go, but people are too afraid of Harlem, you know? Like everybody, when you move to New York, they say, "Oh, you can't go to Harlem, because as soon as you get there, they kill you." Like, it's just the way. As soon as you arrive, they stab you in the face. You just get murdered, which is stupid. I've been to Harlem, and people there, they have a lot of stuff to do. You know, they're busy. They're not just standing around waiting for lost white people to kill all day. Like they're just right outside the subway entrance going, "Come on! Come on!" There's always excuses for racism, you know? Like, I met this guy from the South, and he was really racist, and I asked his friend, "Why is he like that?" And his friend goes, "Oh, well, he was born on a farm." What kind of farm was that, you know? Maybe the animals were racist, you know? Just walking around, the animals are like, "Jews! Jews!" Well, that is a racist.
That's that's awful.
Actually, it's not really racist to just say blacks and Jews, I guess.
Just to say.
Just to say it.
Yeah, although it wouldn't be really cool to like stand on the subway platform and just go, blacks and Jews! Blacks and Jews! I'm not being racist. I'm saying blacks and Jews! Blacks and Jews, blacks and Jews! Blacks and Jews! Blacks and Jews! It's okay! Blacks and Jews!
And Slap, I understand you do some impressions. Is that right? Now,
oh,
we
yes,
gotta get on some
Okay,
impressions.
all right, here's one. This is my impression of a guy with really bad eyesight. All right, just a guy with really bad eyesight. Is that a pig? Oh, no, it's a glass of water. Blacks and Jews!